I dyed my hair again after going grey for 3 years, and for the most stupid reason. I'm frying Swedish meatballs. I'm making lunch to bring to my mom. I had been transitioning to grey hair for 3 years, and I was almost done. It was almost completed because I had been to the hairdresser and she had cut it quite short, about maybe here, and in layers. It's quite slippery here, that's why I'm walking so slow. I'm on my way to my mom. Yeah, so it was almost finished. There was no visible demarcation line anymore. So 3 years and almost at my goal. My goal was long grey hair, but at least it was completely grey almost. And then I got a text message one day that changed everything. I'm at my mom's place now. I brought her some food, macaroni and Swedish meatballs. Yeah, so I got a text message one day, and that changed everything that I thought I believed in everything that I had been doing for 3 years. And now looking back, it is obviously quite stupid, but yeah. So I got a text message from a man, and he invited me for coffee. I said no first for a few days. I had been single for 8 years, and I had decided that I am going to be alone. I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. I am done with that. I am not looking for a man anymore. I am a single mother, and my children are always the most important thing for me. So I had kind of built like a wall around me. There had been other men trying to contact me and trying to invite me for coffee or for walks or anything, but I always cut them off immediately. I never gave anyone a chance until this time. This was a man that I knew him a bit. I knew who he was, and I think that mattered too, because he was not completely unknown to me, and yeah. So he got past that wall that I had been building around me for 8 years, and yeah, I tried in the beginning to not let him through the wall, but I didn't succeed. So I got the text message from him, and for a few days I said no, but then I thought, okay, I can take a coffee with him. But then before I was going to meet him, the day before, I went to the shops and I bought a pack of brown hair dye, because I thought, no, if he sees me with grey hair, because he had seen me also, but not with grey hair. He knew who I was, and he had seen me with my usual brown hair. So I thought, okay, I am not going to meet him with grey hair, looking like a granny. I know, stupid, but that's how it was. So I went and I bought the hair dye, and I think it was the same day that I was going to meet him that I put the dye in my hair. I dyed my hair again after 3 years of going grey. So yeah, and my hair was completely grey, almost completely grey. There was no demarcation line, so I was almost finished. And because the hair was like grey, obviously my dye attempt didn't succeed very well. I only bought one pack, and I probably would have needed more to get an even result. I don't know, or probably I should have gone to the hairdresser directly to do that, but I was in a hurry because I was going to meet him and I didn't want to meet him with grey hair. Yeah, and I remember when I was dyeing my hair, the smell, the chemical smell of like ammonium, I don't know the word in English, but the smell was very, very strong. I couldn't almost stay still. I had to walk around while I was putting the dye because it was almost hard to breathe from the dye, the chemical dye. And then I phoned my hairdresser and I went to her so she could look at the mess. And I booked an appointment, but she's a very, very popular hairdresser here, so I had to wait for, I think, 4 or 5 weeks or something before she had time. And meantime, I met this man, and then I went to the hairdresser, and I think you have seen pictures, at least the thumbnail for this video you can see. She dyed it in different light brown, dark browns, and it was beautiful. She's very, very talented, and I loved the hair. I loved the color. It was beautiful. I liked it a lot. Yeah, and time passed. About 2.5 months passed, and then this man dumped me. Yeah, so it lasted for 2.5 months, and I am at the moment, 2 years later, still dealing with the consequences of my bad decision that I dyed my hair after 3 years. I have started transitioning again. I did that a few months after we stopped seeing each other. So now I am about 19 months in the new transition, my second transition. And this time I'm not cutting it short. I am letting the hair be long. Now it's a bit blown by the wind. It's snowing outside, so, and I had a hat, but I'll try to show in the back. So this is about 19.5 maybe months, but in the back it might be a longer, the grey growth, because when I dyed it myself at home afterwards, I only dyed the roots. Yeah, so I had to start all over again. But I must say I did like the brown hair, and I did feel younger, and I did feel that I looked younger, because with the grey hair I felt older. And I had been thinking, of course, like now as well, it's not easy to go grey. I'm 54, but I had been thinking about, should I dye it again, but I don't think I would have done it if it wasn't for meeting him, and I would never do that again. I don't think I would do that again. I hope I wouldn't do that again. So I don't know what is the lesson from this. Yeah, I don't know. this time it will take a long time, because I'm not going to cut it short this time. So I was too insecure about myself, about being grey-haired, that I didn't dare to meet someone when I had grey hair. Yeah, but done is done, and I can't change it, but I am trying again. This is my second attempt. That was 2 years ago that I did this, that I dyed the hair. So yeah, I'm not going to do that again, I hope. I just wanted to tell you that, because I don't think I have shared the whole story about why I dyed it again and why I'm on my second transition. But now you know, now you know. Thank you so much for watching. See you again in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.